has it felt different this year, like speaking to your customers and, you know, finding ways to get the message out, knowing that we're in this kind of really hyper specific, heightened emotional time? Like, have you felt the relationship with your customers has got stronger because of this kind of being in it together, or have you changed the way you speak to them at all?
All the years that I worked in news and current affairs as a journalist, it made me extra sensitive to the political and the kind of the news context. So I have to say, at the very beginning of the lockdown, so kind of April, I felt, and it's a very, very honest answer, I don't know, maybe it's not even worth including anywhere, but I genuinely felt like, okay, there are more important things than fashion. April, the entire month of April, we didn't do any product pushes. We didn't talk about product. What we talked about was kind of how the pandemic is affecting our supply chain, but not from a point of view of kind of where small brands support us. What we did, we knew that our packaging team, who are the social enterprise training Londoners with learning disabilities, they are a bunch of vulnerable adults. So it's autism and Down syndrome, and they were told to be shielding. So I remember sitting there kind of having learned that and thinking, God, what can we do? There's not much we can do. It's a government advice. There's not much we can do to support the guys, because I mean, for them, this warehouse where they package our boxes and ship them to our customers is a lifeline in a way, you know. It's like this is their social life. And I'd worked with adults and children with special needs before, so I know how important it is. And I said, you know, what can we do? And I thought, okay, the only thing we can do is get all our customers, like our community, to support them. So we emailed our entire mailing list and we said, this is what's happening. There's a bunch of guys who usually package all the orders. They're now shielding and they're now really isolated. Like, all of us were isolated, but these guys were like especially isolated. If you want to send a couple of words of support, we'll put them all together and pass them on to the guys. And the response we got was absolutely unprecedented. Like, we never had an open rate this high. We never had a response rate this high. We just got the most heartwarming messages from people from around the world. And it would be, you know, I was putting them together to pass on to Mail Out, so the social enterprise that we work with. And like, just going through the countries where these messages came from, it's like a customer from Denmark, a customer from South Africa, someone from Australia, lots of Londoners, like, wow, you know, like I'm talking about it and it still gives me goosebumps.
Bless you.
Because it was, so I think what changed fundamentally is, especially as we're advised not to leave our homes and we sell bags, it just kind of product takes second place, and it's the conversations and other ways to connect become more important.